but I thought, yeah, my watch hours are going down a little bit. Paul J. Hi, Ron. Hi. Yeah, I just trying a quick live stream here. Oh, and Bev as well. Hey, hello. Oh, Bev says, "How are you?" I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, just being silly, really. I've got 4 watches now. So, where are you going? Beth says, "Lovely to see you live. Thank you." Yeah, I've not done much live recently. I did quite a bit when I was trying to get to 3,000 watch hours. I did quite a bit of live streaming. And then when I got to 3,000, and I joined the first stage of the I don't know, what do you call it? The first stage of monetization, if you want it. Then I took my finger off the pulse a bit then, and I've dropped back down to about 2,800 now. So because the idea obviously was to go up to 4,000, but I don't think that's probably ever going to happen. And I don't know if I want to monetize really, because if you're a big channel, oh, thank you. She says loves the hat. Yeah, this hat comes from Rhea's Ears. I got it at Dubs in the Middle. If you're a small channel and you want to make a bit of money on YouTube, Paul says, "Hello, Mr. Doggy too." Yeah, I seem to be trying to make videos with dogs, don't I? If you're a small channel, if you're in America, I believe it's all right, because you can you just give the YouTube your tax details and they sort it out for you. But if you're in the UK, you have to be self-employed, fill in tax forms, maybe have an accountant and things like that. Well, I mean, I won't make enough money to I wouldn't make enough money to make that viable, really. But it does mean that you could put expenses down, because I'm sure I'm spending quite a bit of money on YouTube that I'll never get back, but it's a hobby, isn't it? Bev says, "I don't know how many subs, but I just watch people's lives and support them." Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, so I tried to go live earlier on, and I tried to do it with the iPad. And as soon as it came up, and I was on the screen, and it was saying going live 3, 2, 1, and then the camera went off. And after lots and lots of trying with different things, I thought, well, I wonder if it's the iPad or if it's YouTube. So I tried it on this Android phone, and it did the same thing. Exactly the same thing. It just went going live 3, 2, 1, camera goes off. And so then I thought, well, it's got to be YouTube's fault. So I updated YouTube. I updated YouTube on the iPad. Didn't make any difference. And then I left it for a bit, and then I just tried it with a phone again, and hey presto, it works. So YouTube have been doing a lot of updates recently, have they, Bev? Right, well, that's perhaps what it is. It just wouldn't, because as you know, I've been live lots of times without any problems, and it was definitely something to do with YouTube and not my equipment, because the iPad and the Android phone were both doing exactly the same thing. But of course, took me about an hour or so to figure that one out. Yeah, so you like the hat then, dear? It's got the ears on it. And apparently I haven't tried that. I haven't tried this, but apparently it comes with a few little light bulbs that you can put in the bottom of the ears, and they light up and flash and things, but they're those LED things with little button batteries, so they'd be quite dangerous if you lost one of them and a dog or a kid ate it or something. It'd be quite dangerous, wouldn't it? So I haven't tried using that. Plus the fact I've not been anywhere dark enough to use it. Let's try it for the next live. Yeah, you better not eat it. Have you got pets? I've got him. And did you see Fluffy the other day, the talking dog, on my channel? And I go dog sitting. I go and look after a German Shepherd. But have I got pets actually? No, not really. I'm getting old. I think it'd be unfair to have them on the grounds that, you know, probably I'll die before they do. But, yeah. Yeah, so my daughter Jodie, she's got this dog called Lando, and he's named after the racing driver Lando Norris, and he's a rescue dog from Romania, and he's a lovely dog, but he's been cruelly treated and neglected, and he's gone blind, so it's quite difficult. You have to keep stopping bumping into things, but he's quite clever. He doesn't bump into much. But she had a German Shepherd before, and I used to be all right. I used to take that one for a walk and be fine. But now I'm getting older. I feel that having a big dog on the end of a lead, it could pull me over. So I just go and stay with him and let him in the garden and things. It does mean she can't go away much. Gavin on the go. It's Ron Bon Jovi, he says. Hello, Gavin. Yeah, so but next door's cat comes round and sees me sometimes. Nice hat, says Gavin. Thanks. Yeah, I got this hat from Dubs in the Middle, from a store called Rear's Ears. They do all sorts of things. You can have ears on hats. You can have ears that just go on your head, and you can have tails, and they do it for charity. Like they do it for is it Sue Ryder charity? They do it for. So I thought I might as well buy a hat. It was only 15 quid. And for the rest of the festival, I I walked around with this hat on, and then people would ask me where I got it from, and I'd go, "Oh, just over there, Rear's Ears." Did I just see Julie Pretty just come on? Hello. Oh, and the Stardashians. Hello. Yeah, I'm just doing a live stream. I'm not doing much. I'm not talking about much. I'm just seeing who's out there, and this is just on the phone. Gavin on the go says, "Am I on commission then?" And Stardashian says, "How are you today?" Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. I'm not done much today. I was away, came back on Tuesday, and then yesterday I had to go for an appointment in Leicester, and so I actually went on the bus. So that took me a few hours, and so today I got up early, and I really haven't done anything today. Did I go anywhere nice? Yeah, I went dog sitting. Gavin on the go says the COVID Express. What buses? I've had all my jabs, you see. The doctors keep texting me and phoning me up and say come for jabs, so I go and have them. I don't know. God knows what it does to you, but I mean, I've only had. I've not had this new strain at all, but I had the old strain a couple of times, and I tested positive, but it was no worse than a cold. So whether that was the jabs or whether it would have been like that anyway, I don't know. I think some people have been a bit unlucky with the jabs. Bev says she's had first two, but not anymore. Gavin on the go says it gives you X-ray vision and you can walk through walls. Yeah, that would have been good years ago, wouldn't it? You know. You could do all manner of things, couldn't you, if you were invisible? You could go into cinemas and theatres and nip onto buses and even planes probably, and it'd be, you know, if you could switch it on and off, you know, if you could say, you know, I'm invisible, I'm visible, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Are you away at the weekend, Ron Bon Jovi? He says. I don't think no, I'm not away. I'm not away. I don't know whether there's any car things on. I've been looking. I can't seem to find anything this weekend. There might be something. What did somebody just say? The message went off. Oh, Beth says, yes, I had COVID once, but it was just like having a cold. Yeah. I think some people have been damaged by the vaccines, allegedly. Other people like me, well, it doesn't seem to have made me any worse than I was a nutter before. So, Gavin on the go. How's the leaky car? Is it the hydroelastic suspension? Yeah, it's fine. It's running and driving. It's just leaking oil onto my garage floor and things, and leaving a bit of a trail. But it's fine. It'll have to wait. It's not. I don't know. It's hydroelastic. It's more a Citroen type suspension. It uses LHM mineral oil, and only at the back. So the front's normal suspension, and Honda stock with suspension fluid, do they? Well, I've got a Honda Jazz, that doesn't use it. But yeah, you have to have a special adapter to put it in. Well, I've got that adapter, so if it gets a bit too low, I can just shove a bit more in. But it's fine. It's had leaks before. I think the trouble is, I was reading somewhere or watching somewhere. Apparently, they're supposed to have a full suspension service every 6,000 miles at a great deal of money. And this thing's 39 years old. I bet it's never had one at all, because people buy them, they're really expensive, brand new. And then when they sell them on, and cheapskates like me buy them, the suspension service would be more than the car's worth. Who just said that? Sorry. Gavin used to have a Rover Metro hydroelastic suspension. No, we had a Rover Metro. We liked it. We had a diesel one. Got it second hand from the place I worked. It was somebody's company car. We had that for years. Before that, we had an Austin Metro. In fact, before that, we had another Austin Metro. So my late wife had two Austin Metros and a Rover Metro. But the Rover Metro with the diesel engine, it was so heavy on the steering, it used to pull her back out. So we got rid of it and got a Volkswagen Polo with power steering. So that was, but we wouldn't have got rid of it other than that. Gavin said he had an Austin Metro for his first car, lasted 3 weeks. Although I think they were good cars, really. I don't know about the suspension. I know the old Austin 1100s and 1300s had suspension that you could pump them up, couldn't you? They got like a tire valve under the wing, and if they sagged on one side, you could pump them up. And then they had the Austin Allegro, or Allegro as people used to call them, and they were fine as long as people didn't jack them up properly or improperly. if you put the jack in the right place, in the wrong place, and jacked it up, you'd just go straight through the car. But I think the old Austin Rover cars were quite good, really. I had loads of Montego Estates as company cars, and then when they stopped making the Montego Estates, I had a Mondeo Estate. My Mondeo Estate was far more unreliable than the Montegos. It used to be breaking down all the time. It was a pain. But I think I must have got a Friday afternoon car or something. What it used to do, nobody could fix it. That was the problem. When you switched it off and left it overnight, the diesel used to run back into the tank, and then it wouldn't start the next day. But finally figured it out. I watched an AA man or an RAC man fix it, and all you had to do is get under the bonnet and pump this button a few times, like you prime a petrol lawnmower, and then it just start. So, but as soon as I got that fixed, the immobilizer started playing up, and it had suddenly immobilized me somewhere. I'd be going along the motorway, and I'd stop at services for a pee, come back out, and immobilizer wouldn't go. Gavin says the best car he had was a Seat Ibiza. Had it for years with no problems. What's a Seat Ibiza? It's a sort of like a Seat version of Volkswagen Golf, isn't it? But I remember we had a hire car in Tenerife. It was a pink Seat Panda, and it didn't seem to have any brakes for one thing, and and we drove it right up the mountain, right up into the mountains. Got some video of it somewhere. But I had a Skoda Fabia on loan for a while. That seemed like a good car. Going back a long while. And had a Vauxhall Astra. That was a nice car. That was a real bargain. Because I used to get company cars, because I used to be driving around fixing things and installing things, and it got to about 3 years old, and they said, well, you don't need a company car anymore, we're outsourcing, would you like to buy the company car? So yeah, great. How much? Less than £2,000 for a 3-year-old Vauxhall Astra. And I made sure it had got 4 new tyres and a full tank of petrol when I bought it. That was a great buy. But but it eventually went wrong when it was about 11 years old, and then I got the Honda Jazz, which I've still got, which is now 14 and a half years old. So I only drive old cars. I've got the Honda Jazz, I've got the van, and the Bentley. I don't know how to drive a modern car with touch screens. Probably won't ever need to find out, hopefully. But, anybody see that program on Channel 5 last night about electric cars and are they safe? Not trying to get political here, but loads of people say they aren't safe, and this is the first. I've seen loads about them on YouTube, but this is the first program I've seen on a mainstream channel like Channel 5. It was on last night. It'll be on the My 5 player. Electric cars, are they safe? and basically they aren't. That was interesting, but then again, I'm driving around in old cars, so are they safe? I imagine they are, but Gavin says souped up milk floats. Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? They problem. I think the main problem with electric cars. I mean, they're inconvenient for one thing, but I think the main problem is they catch fire, and when they catch fire, you can't put them out. I mean, I've been driving about. I must have been driving about 55 years now, and in all that time, I've only ever had 2 cars catch fire, and they were both Renaults. It's French wiring, can I say that? But both of them, all they needed was a bucket of water over the engine, and they were fine. And they both got repaired and went on for were okay. But these electric cars, when they catch fire, I mean, what you do with a normal car is if a petrol or diesel car catches fire, you get rid of the oxygen, don't you? You put water on them, or you put foam on them, and once they've got no oxygen, the fire can't continue. But electric cars, they make their own oxygen. They're in the battery, so you can't put them out, and you can. People don't want to come and recover them. There was a guy on this program that his car caught fire. Nobody was in it, wasn't charging. It just caught fire in the drive, and they'd got 3 hose pipes on it. Made no difference at all. So they started damping the house down, but it still managed to burn through the garage door and set fire to the garage ceiling. But they mainly saved the house. And then it was sat on the drive for 11 days, and nobody would pick it up. Nobody dare disturb it in case it burst into flames again. And then at the end, the guy said, "Oh well," he said, "we like the way electric cars work, so we bought another one." I thought, you must be mad. What on earth did you do that for? I don't want one parked next to my house personally. So, but that's just me, and I probably getting too political here. It's a chemical fire, Gavin said. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's a chemical reaction. People, like I said in the program, people think batteries are just electricity, but they're not. They're a chemical reaction. But I mean, they've sunk about 3 ships. These car carriers, they've sunk about 3 ships. I mean, if you got a load of electric vehicles on there, even if the electric vehicle doesn't cause the fire, as soon as the fire gets to them, then they just go mad and sink the ship, And that car park in Luton, which was allegedly a diesel Land Rover, but yeah, these electric cars. I mean, in fact, now a lot of new petrol and diesel cars are on the internet all the time, and so when they're on the internet all the time, they you can be tracked. government or whatever will know whether you've been speeding. Know if you've gone through any red lights. But I mean, I often wonder, even using Waze on the phone. I use Waze on the phone all the time. I often wonder there, because it comes up and says, it comes up and tells you your speed, doesn't it? And I was driving along the motorway the other day, and I had to overtake a load of slow stuff, and I sort of looked down, suddenly realised I was doing 80 odd, and I thought, oh, crikey, better slow down. But I don't think there are any speed cameras around there. But I wonder, if they wanted to, whether they could say, well, look, we were tracking you on Waze, but probably not. Yeah, Gavin said that the lithium-ion batteries catch fire when they get into water. Certainly do if it's salt water, because those all those floods in, was it Florida? No, was it? No. Where was it? All those forest fires, wasn't it, in Florida or California? I can't remember, but the fire brigade are going round. Normally they'd go round and clear up, and they'd just get the bulldozers and shift all the burnt out cars. They try and shift out some of these electric cars, and they burst into flames again. But yeah, there was a place that got flooded with salt water, and they were all they were all catching fire. Yeah, it's wonderful, and net zero. But anyway, I shouldn't have opinions like this on the YouTube channel, should I? What else is happening in the world? I haven't really looked recently, but we're heading towards World War III, aren't we? Apparently, yeah, I shouldn't. But one of the weapons that they're thinking of using is, you've heard about the climate change, where they've said we can dim the sun a little bit. And they basically fly up there, and they've got some aerosols, and they spray it into the clouds, and it dims the sun. Well, apparently that can also be a weapon. If you've got a country that wants to disable your infrastructure, they just fly a few planes over and spray all these aerosols around so the sun can't get through. Yeah. But yeah, it's a funny old world. I'm sort of glad I grew up when I did, really. But I can't imagine all the kids these days having to cope with social media and mobile phones and everything. When back in my day, it was oh, Gavin's got to go. Okay, see you later. Cheers. Back in my day, we didn't even have a phone in the house, let alone a mobile phone. There was no internet, no calculators, no nothing. We had a blackboard and chalk, and we even had we had inkwells in the desks, and we wrote with not even fountain pens, wooden pens with a nib on the end that you dip in an inkwell. And didn't even really learn the metric system. Touched on it, but of course it was all feet and inches and pounds and ounces and stones, and back in those days, I think they touched on the metric system, but and of course we didn't have the decimalized currency either. We had 12 pence in a 12 pence in a shilling, 20 shillings in a pound. That's 240 pence in a pound. And we had coins like sixpence, threepence, halfpence, 2 and sixpence, 2 shillings. Yeah, it was. Monkey Run, hello. Yeah, I mean, when I was young, we used to go. We could go. If I went with my mum and my auntie and uncle, and we went to the pictures in Hinckley, and then we came back, and there was a chip shop. You could get for 3 old pence. You could get a bag of chips. For 4 old pence, you could get a bag of chips that would do all of you. And 3 old pence would be worth, I don't know, probably about 1 new pence. Yeah, it was. Grew up in a very different world, and cars as well. I got a car as soon as I could, soon as I got to 17, and of course they're all old bangers and used to give me a lot of trouble, but they were very different. Some of them didn't have heaters. Some of them didn't have seat belts. Yeah. Monkey Run says, I love older cars. Yeah, I mean, I had a 1957 Wolseley 1500, and really and truly, apart from the fact it hadn't got seat belts, I don't think it drove the same as a modern car. It got 4-speed gearbox on the floor. It was absolutely fine. Well, it wasn't. Mine wasn't, but if it had been a bit newer, it would have been. And then I had a few Ford Escorts, the Mark 1s, and the oldest one I've got at the moment, as you know, is 1986. 1986. I've only got 3 vehicles. I've got a 1986, I've got a 1998, and I've got a 2010. I haven't got any new cars. I haven't got any modern ones. To be honest, all my life, up until about 15 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I'd always have, I'd like that as a new car. I'd always be like, wouldn't it be good to get a car like that new model so-and-so, isn't that nice, whatever. Now, there's not one new car that I'm lusting after. Not at all. Oh yeah, Monkey Run says like the Marina and the Anglia. Yeah, they were good. I mean, I used to borrow this Marina 1.8 TC from the carpool at work to go off and do jobs. God, it went like stink. It was amazing. Or Rover 2000s, yeah. Yeah, they were nice. never got one of them, but they were nice. But now somehow I've got the daddy of them all, haven't I? With the Bentley. that was a rash purchase, but it was only cheap. It was less than £8,000, and it came with a personal number plate, which I sold for £2,250. So that made it less than £6,000. So it's a cheap way of getting into classic cars, and it's always one of the best ones there, despite the fact there's a lot worth a lot more money. But yeah, it's I probably shouldn't have it. Don't need it. I need my daily driver, and I need my camper van, but I probably don't need the Bentley, to be honest. But it's been quite a major thing on my YouTube channel, the Bentley, and it's got me going to classic car shows, which I wasn't going to before. So, but now I'm going to these classic car shows. I could go now just with a video camera, not bother taking a classic car, just go and video them, or just go and look around the classic cars if I wanted to. It's like the camper van that got me into going to Volkswagen shows and festivals and things. But once you're into the scene, you don't really need a Volkswagen. But Monkey Run, so I love the fact that Bentley and Rolls, Bentley and Rolls, you can balance a pound on the head of the running engine. Yeah, I'm thinking of trying that, but I'm a bit scared that my pound would fall off. I've actually thought about making a video doing that, because I mean they are, even at like 39 years old, it doesn't shake much. But I think it's a V8 engine, because it's got pistons coming from both sides, so they get rid of the vibrations. Well balanced pieces of kit, yeah. But it's like everything else, it's old and it's fancy, and and spare parts are expensive, and you never know what it's going to be getting up to. But it's all right. It's I didn't buy a lemon. It's fine. I've had it 2.5 years. It's not a rot box. Gets through its MOTs. It's running and driving. Oh, LB. Hello. She's waving. We were just talking about the Bentley. Yeah, so I'm just doing a quick live stream, LB. We're talking about all sorts of rubbish, really. So I really came on to see whether this live stream, I tried to do a live stream and it didn't work. So I eventually thought, well, I'll try it again, and it has worked, and I'm still here. But so I've got 4 people watching. Some people have been in and gone out again. and just trying to work up a few watch hours, really. LB says, hi neighbour, yes, I've been listening. You have made lots of improvements, like the lovely carpets in the Bentley. Yeah. Monkey Run says you're smashing it, Ron. Yeah, I was going to do this. I was going to do this with the iPad, and I was going to have it sat on the table, but it wouldn't do it. So I'm just holding the mobile phone now, and got my dog with me. Yeah. Yeah. So I was going to do it outside. I was going to do it looking into the countryside, but I really think it must have been YouTube's fault, because I couldn't go live on the iPad and I couldn't go live on the Android phone. I think they must have been doing some updates. Looks a bit rough today. Yeah. This isn't fluffy. Yeah. It's yeah, I ought to think of some jokes to tell. But I can't think of any. Oh, LB, this is a bit of a private joke, but it says, look, Sooty will be jealous. Well, that's a cat that comes to see me. Well, I let Sooty, or years ago, I let Sooty and this one meet once. I think I've still got a bit of video somewhere. Sooty knocked him over. But yeah, we so anyway, I better knock this on the head and let you good people go about doing whatever you're supposed to be doing, aren't I? Glad you like the ears. So I'll say thank you for watching. Monkey Run says it's a strange creature, YouTube, sometimes. And LB says, yeah, Sooty has a good right paw for swiping. Yeah. Yeah, I watch a load of cat videos on YouTube, you know, and they're funny, aren't they, when they get the paw out and they start hitting things. Right, I better go then. I'll see you all on another live stream sometime. Thank you for watching. Bye.